Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's not my starting line. Hey everyone! I think I watched too many shoutcasts and I borrow other people's intros. But hey everyone, welcome to another cast by HD Phoenix. This is Game 3 of the Grand Finals of the PsiStorm Cup, hosted by Western Digital. They are promoting the Velociraptor hard drive, so make sure you check them out. Anybody who sponsors 5,000 Australian dollars into a StarCraft tournament definitely has my vote. And you know, I used to have when I was using PCs, I think all my hard drives were Western Digital. So make sure you check them out. They are an awesome company, and I can't wait for this map to get started because this is Metalopolis. And Oxygen was actually able to beat Glade on what a lot of people think of as a Zerg friendly map, because the center area is very open for Zergling run-bys. There are chokes. There are very easy to get Zaunaga watchtowers that would spot for drops. But Oxygen was able to take a game off Glade on Scrap Station. But now he is going to play on two of the very Terran favorite maps, one of which is Lost Temple, and the other one is Metalopolis, because of this. Look at this long ledge, I guess, and over here you can hop into the main, and with Reapers, Marauders are very useful on this map, because remember the chokes are relatively small, so it's going to be hard for your Zerglings to run by. And just overall, this map is, you know, it gives the sight, like if you put tanks over here on the Zaunaga watchtower, it basically restricts all movement of flow. And this is actually, you know, I like this map for Terran. I don't really like this map for Zerg, but Glade is going to play very standard. He is going to get actually a very early expansion, which is, well, when I say standard, I mean standard for Glade. Because he really likes that the extra lava, the extra economic edge, and Oxygen is also going to be playing standard. The drone is going to come in here. He's going to see there's no kind of BS, you know, there's not going to be a proxy barracks. So supply depot, gas, and from now he's going to want to keep this drone alive as much as possible, because this is when the Terran build is going to differ. You know, is he going to get a fast factory? Is he going to get a second barracks? And there goes the factory. So this drone is going to, well, actually decide to become an extractor really early. What a lot of players like to do is, it's like, why do you want to keep that drone in there? Because you're going to lose that drone. Why don't you just see it's just an opening, you know, just the standard Terran opening, and back out? Well, the reason is because if you pull out your drone, they can get a tech lab. And we are going to see a reactor, so it's going to probably be some same old Oxygen play into Hellions. But yeah, if you can block that tech lab, or basically force the first Marine to come out, then essentially you have limited the Terran's opening. And that is huge, because early timing attacks is really vulnerable. Like, when Glade goes to early hatch, he cannot afford to have any kind of early pressure. He cannot afford to have early like single Marine, double Marauder in his front, because he can't really support that. And look at that, Glade is not making any Zerglings to see the front, so he has no idea that there's a factory here that's just about to get a reactor. So to compensate for that, instead of spending 2 lava on 4 Zerglings to check the front, or 1 lava to get a Zergling, he's going to get a defensive structure anyways, which he's going to need. And this Spinecrawler is going to have a range of about that big. He can't cover back here, so Hellions are going to be able to come back here and roast these drones. But this is a typical, sorry, I have a little bit of a cold, but typical Spinecrawler. He is making these 2 Zerglings very wisely, spreading them out, and just going to catch a Zaunaga watchtower. And this Zergling is going to basically get napalm in his face. And these Hellions very wisely are going to double back, make sure that he's not going to see anything. But Glade is going to know that 2 Hellions this early is going to definitely be 2 Hellions. But look at that, Glade is going to get a second Zergling, and most likely going to check the front, going to want to see what it is. And look at this Queen. This Queen is going to be very wise. There's a second Spinecrawler to stop any kind of a Hellion run by, but it's not going to be early enough, and these drones are going to evacuate. And look at the placement of these Zerglings. These Zerglings are not going to allow any of these Hellions to run by, because the Hellion can't squeeze just by there. You're going to need 2 Queens to block it off, or some Zerglings here, and I don't think these Hellions got a single kill. They got 1 kill each, oh, one of those kills was a Zergling. So yeah, 1 drone and 1 Zergling. So again, Glade's map awareness, and look at that, very nice defense. And remember, he's spending all his lava on drones this game. He's not, where is that production tab? There we go. He's spending all his production on on drones instead of Zerglings, so he is economically ahead. He is 31 harvesters over 24, and Glade is going to sack his Overlord in here. I think he, look at that, he is going to get his Overlords at the same time. So while this Zergling is distracted, this Overlord's going to get as much side as he can. He's going to see the reactor on the starport, and that's going to tell Glade one thing: I don't need any Spore Callers. It's very, very obvious that Oxygen is changing up his build. He is going to go for some typical MM. He is getting Stim Pack. He's getting Marauders. The Marauders don't have Conch Shells yet, but it is a fast upgrade. So it only takes where it is. It only takes 60 units of time, so it's very, very quick. That's why a lot of people like to get it early game. But it looks like Oxygen is going to go for a modified drop. But Glade is already prepared for this. This guy must have map hacks. He knows that he has Spineclaws in the front, so he's not going to get any drops. He knows that, okay, Medvacs, this early in the game, the only option that you have really is a drop. And I'm going to keep all my links in the base. And if you keep your links underneath the Medvacs before they drop, they're not going to be able to drop, because if they drop one by one, they're going to get chewed apart by the Zerglings. And these Zerglings need to move up here. The Overlord does see it. These Zerglings are already in position. They are right below the Medvacs. These Medvacs are not going to be able to drop, and these Medvacs are taking a lot of damage from this Queen. But they are going to drop in range of these Spineclaws. They are not going to get any kills. One drone might go down. They are poking away at this Spineclaw, but look at the placement of these, and yeah, and he's going to drop in the main. The Zerglings are out of position, and they might actually get some kills here. One drone goes down, and these Zerglings are, and he's just going to hop up in the Medvacs one more time. The Medvacs is getting dangerously low, very, very low, and one Medvac goes down, but the Medvac didn't have anything in it, and he's still constantly trying to harass, but this Medvac is getting very, very low, and if this Medvac dies, this is going to, oh my god. So let's look at the units lost. How much damage did that do? Actually, not very much. Glade lost some lings. I think he lost like 2 drones, but look at the units lost. He lost 2 Medvacs. He lost 1.5 dropships full of 1.5 Medvacs full of units. And Oxygen, look at that. Look at the placement of this tank. It's basically telling me that he is preparing for some kind of either Nidus drop, because this is within range of the supply supply lines of the SCV. So if the Zerglings run in here, this Siege Tank is going to shell the links, and these links are going to auto attack, come over here in range of this second Siege Tank, and it's just very, very good placement. But Oxygen's timing of this expansion is very, very late. On the harvester count, 47 over 32, and Glade is taking his third. And right now, Glade doesn't have to be aggressive. Actually, he just needs to sit back, make sure that he doesn't lose his harvester count, and stay ahead, because you must remember, Oxygen is Terran, and Terrans can only build workers one at a time. It's not like Imba Zergs, where like this, you can make like 5 workers at a time and stay very, very ahead. And with Inject Lava, I would really like to see an in-base hatchery. A Zerg can be like, oh, I'm 20 harvesters behind, let me make 20 harvesters right now. And as these lavas pop out, Glade being very, very good on the Inject Lava. He is very, very low on energy on these queens. Very, very good macro. And there's a third queen over here, and he is moving his Spineclaws up very nicely. Once again, he's able to restrict movement over here. And yeah, with this creep spread, he's just going to be fine. And Glade knows that the opponent is going MM. This here goes a modified MM push. And I think this is Oxygen's last gasp. I think he knows that he is behind. He's going to get his expansion as saturated as he can. But while he's moving out, he's hoping that Glade is going to be macroing so hard he's not going to be able to have any army. But looking at the army's size, Glade is low. He's 1,000 over 2,000. But he has 10 links. He has actually a lot of banelings. And if these banelings are going to be able to kill all these Marines, once again, all the Marauders and tanks are going to die to mass Zerglings, and we have a Spire almost done. And Glade saving minerals? Glade is saving a ton of minerals. He is making 6 mutas, and again, if these mutas die, there are no more anti-air, and Oxygen is going to lose this game. But right now, he has the upper hand. He needs to buy time. He needs to buy 20 seconds more of time for these 8 mutas to come out. He needs to buy 10 seconds more time. Then he's going to run these banelings in. He's not making any more banelings. These Spineclaws are serving their purpose. That the 6 mutas have popped. Here they come. They are going to fly in. And it's just going to come down to the positioning of the banelings. Because of these creep, the banelings move very, very, very quickly. They are moving at a speed of 4. A Stim Marine only moves 3.5. Here comes the big push. The Zerglings are coming in. They need to kill all these Marines. The Mutalists are focusing down the Marines. Every single Marine goes down. Glade pulls his Banelings behind away because he knows he doesn't need them. He's pulling them again because there are more Marines. He's chasing the Marines down. All the Marines go down.